Hi. I want to give you a thought about Stop Online Piracy Act, which has been discussing on the internet for quite some time now, and the debate has been ongoing because the decision about the legislation gonna make in February, in this coming February. So still, there's a hope that people can stop this act before Congress going to pass at the end. Uh, just want to share my thought about why even the legislation has been bring up by the Congress at the first place. As you might know, the SOPA or Stop Online Piracy Act has been backed by the biggest content provider in the United States. I mean, movies, I mean, music companies, um, and so on. Most of them are these key players are the most people who wanted to pass the law and then make sure that their content has to be protected. And which is, I agree that if you make a movie, if you make one, I mean, the hit music, if you make anything that has been creatively crafted by the owners, has to be protected. That's what we agree. But what people cannot agree on this act is that the act has been seriously uh, filled with the loopholes, which allow the laws and the people who are taking care of this kind of thing can abuse to the users. Um, let alone reading the laws doesn't even make sense because if a child sing a song that she or he may like and put it on the YouTube because he or she might has a talent and want to share her talent or his talent throughout the internet by using YouTube, for example, then the child can be or the child's parents can be sued by letting her own son or daughters singing a song which has been copyrighted. Um, that doesn't make sense. How can a law that going to stop a people from singing? That doesn't even make sense. So let alone those kind of things, blowing the people how who is working with the internet or who know the laws by a lot. I mean, they don't they don't agree on that. I mean, I really understand how people gonna panic about these laws because not only people in United States gonna hurt, I mean, affected by these kind of laws. I mean, internet has been founded in United States. United States is the cradle of the internet, and yet they are trying to kill the way how internet has been going on right now. The behind, let me talk about the behind the scenes, what is happening. I mean, people just like, okay, what happened right now? I mean, why is happening right now? Not now. The thing has been, pushing and pushing and pushing since like, since I remember, I'm like 10 years ago, maybe early 2000. I mean, since then, these companies are trying to, make sure that they're gripping and make sure that nothing gonna, make sure they're gonna hurt by the internet. They do not believe the internet is a future at the first place, because if they believe so, since then, these kind of laws shouldn't be here at the first place. The way how content owners think about the revenue is very conservative, I have to say. Uh, since like since the way we had the VHS, for example, um, since then actually the content provider even they are not even convinced that it even the good medium to sell the contents, because VHS can be copied, can be shared, doesn't even have a security. So since that they try even to stop the way how VHS has been, done in the past. If you read the whole story about the VHS era, these content providers try to slow down the progress of the technology by not selling out, by lobbying, by do everything to stop the way how they want it. I mean, this is happening even right now. Back then was VHS, and now they want to mess up with the internet, which is a crazy thing. Um, they make a lot money on TV than the internet. That's a fact. That is the only fact that I can imagine that why they are so. I mean, they're very desperating to stop the every way to stop the way how internet should be right now, because they make more money on the TV people. That's how it is, because nothing more. It's not nothing, no conspiracy behind. Simple fact. They make more money on TV than on the internet. Let alone young people, I mean old, young, whatever, people are using computers more than TV. I mean we sitting in front of computers longer than TV that we did like 10 or 20 years ago. So let alone those revenue has been dropped dramatically in the content provider, and I mean, those who are making the producing those kind of stuff. So I understand the way how revenue has been dropped, and if I'm the owner, I should be cautious about what is happening. But you can't stop people from using a medium that has been much more effective and much more easier to use. TV is the one-way communication only, and internet has a dual-way communication, which is even much better because people can discuss whether it's being on content, whether this movie is good, whether this music is great or bad or whatever. But the content provider cannot let it go because the way how revenue works on TV. If people, get away from TV, more on the PC, they're gonna make less because the advertising company, they're not gonna pay more money to them because hey, I like 10 million watched my ad last year, man. I give you, so and so money, and this year people has been dropped, so I pay you less. That's the way how the money works. So they can't just let it go the way how we did with the TV. So I cannot give any idea about how they're going to make more money on the internet, but surely that if they can provide an equal and the same quality of the TV provided us throughout 50, 60 years, then surely you can make more money on the internet. Because if you as the content provider or content owner refuse to follow the way how people behave, then surely you're gonna lose the money with no doubt at all. So whether these content providers try to approach the new distribution ways or distribution channels to make sure that people access to those content by legally, by not pirating, that is their own job. But they don't have no means of job to stop the way how the internet has been right now, because that's how internet is. That is the spirit of internet. Free is there is nothing, there's no boundary. That's the beauty of the internet, and they try to mess with us. So I, as a person who is using internet, I'm the person who reads the contents by legally means. That's not gonna affect me by this law, but it's gonna affect the way how we're gonna use it. So please, if you live in the United States, or if you watch me even once, put your petition on the Google. There has been Google has been made a petition onto their website. Make sure you put your name, and then make sure the congressmen know that we want to protect the content provider. At the same time, we want the internet to be free. So we have to make something that work out for both parties. So, but the fact is that this law not gonna help nobody at all. even to the users or by the content provider. So stop this legislation as soon as you can. Thanks.